I can do this all day. Good morning, everybody. It's Follow Me Live here from sunny California. Good morning, Sabrina. We got Sabrina in the house. She is from the other side of the country. She's in Florida, y'all. So my buddy Mike is in Chicago. Good morning to you all. It's going to be fun. It's Follow Me Live. This is the show we do every Friday morning from sunny California, and we do this to help you build your networks. Look, my buddy Mike, in fact, I'm going to go back to him for a second. We were talking yesterday, and somebody got blocked, restricted, whatever, from LinkedIn. And frankly, we're not mad about it. It kind of made us giggle because we've seen a different side than the facade that most of you have seen from this particular person. And so there's an evil side that people just haven't paid attention to or whatever. But anyways, so that sparked the question, would you rather have like just a small core of sincere followers, you know, people doing good and following the golden rule and helping each other out? Would you rather have a little bit larger crowd, maybe some phony people in there, or would you just love to be like off the charts huge and nothing but, you know, fake followers? That wasn't the exact answer choice, but anyways, that's the idea. And I giggled and I said, man, give me all the phonies. But that was not the point. The point is, look, why do I do Follow Me? I do Follow Me for a reason. You guys want larger networks. I want larger networks. Look, I'm still growing. I'm 189,000, whatever, but I'd still like more. But you know what I want? I want people that I can talk to. I want people who I can get to know. I want people who will get to know me, and I want to support each other. I mean, honestly, we call it win-win networking. So that's what we do. So Follow Me gives you an opportunity to get to know each other. It's why I start the conversation out by, tell us where you're from. Because a lot of people, they have a proclivity to want to connect with people who are around them. And I don't necessarily understand that, but I know that's a desire for a lot of people. I actually like to connect with people from all over the world. That's my personal preference, but a lot of people don't start out that way. So if you're from Chicago or you're from Florida or you're from wherever you guys are from, look, I know we've got people all over the place. Tell me where you're from. Like Tasneem is from Dubai, which is super cool, right? Yeah, in India right now, it is time to go to bed. In fact, I'm announcing today, you guys are going to love this. I'm going to be doing a midnight show. I'm going to start it tomorrow night, Saturday at midnight in the United States. That's 12:30 noon in India. So if you want to join me live when you're not tired, and hopefully you guys could do this on a Sunday. We'll see. The day may change if it's not the best day for everybody in India, but I'm doing it because it'll be 8 a.m. in London, in the UK, and it'll be 12:30 in India. And I thought, you know what? I have a lot of people that are in my audience that it's always late when I come on. Now I come on early here to try to help, you guys out a little bit, but that is something that I'm going to do. So we're going to try it. We'll see how it goes. I'm adjusting my show schedule around a little bit because, it is what it is. It's not all about me. I try to help people. So Follow Me doesn't help me usually at all. In fact, Fridays tend to be my slowest growth days of all. Why? Because most people who participate and Follow Me have already participated before. You understand what I'm saying? So they're already connected to me or following me. So it doesn't help me. This is my way of helping you, right? It's an attempt anyways. It does a pretty good job, I think. So tell me where you're from. Let's get to know where everybody is. So we've got, let's see, Copenhagen, super cool. We got Michigan, super cool. Energetic. Yeah, I try. I try to bring the energy because nobody wants to watch a boring, slow show, right? So from Hamburg, good morning. Uh, Plenty of people from India, which doesn't surprise me because, like I said, I have an affinity for India, and I want to be there. I actually want to go there. My original plan was to be there this coming year in 2021, but with the pandemic, everything's kind of been pushed back, so probably won't get there till 2022. But I do want to get there as soon as I can. Thank you very much. I appreciate the compliments. Um, yeah, I don't even know. Is that are you telling us that you're from the Netherlands there? I'm just guessing. I don't know. I don't read that language. Good night to those in India. Yeah, they'll be up for a little bit. It's weekend. It's still weekend, even though it's late. In Kenya. Welcome, Kenya. You're my first West Africa arrival today. Let's see. Did I miss anybody? I think I got everybody. If you told me where you're from and I missed it, shoot it again. Shoot it again. Okay. So I always, like I said, in a hunt only from India. Okay. Okay. I want to go to India too. Well, Mike, maybe we could go together. Except for you might get me in trouble. I don't know. Is weed legal in India? Somebody can answer that. I know why you want to go to the Netherlands too. If you if you're in India, is is marijuana, is weed legal? Because my buddy Mike likes to smoke marijuana, and I just want to see if that's going to get me in trouble. If it's legal, then I don't have to worry about it. I can go with Mike. If it's not legal, I probably can't. Tennessee, welcome, Paula. I might get you in trouble. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You might get me in trouble. So, I gotta be careful. He knows what I'm saying. All right. Let's talk about some stuff. So on LinkedIn this week, in fact, the last couple of weeks, it's been a little bit slow. This is Follow Me Live, right? So we're here to build our networks. So this is it's for my nerves. Yeah, it's probably because you have friends like me. It's not legal, Mike. We can't go together. We can go to the Netherlands if you want. All right. So enough about the pot. Here we go. Follow Me, the whole premise of Follow Me. And Follow Me, the show, has not been around nearly as long as Follow Me Friday, which is something I started about a year and a half ago, I think, on LinkedIn. Follow Me Friday every week. It happens right after the show is over, by the way. It's a text post. It's just like a regular post. And what I do is I typically each week will have a question or two. I call them icebreaker questions. I ask them and you answer them. And in those answers, it generates conversations with the other people that come and participate. Now, usually, as far as comments go, we get somewhere between 500 and 1,000 comments on that post every week. Well, that's an opportunity for you to engage with, 500 to 1,000 people. But what's even better is we get so many more viewers of the post. So when you make that comment, you're potentially being seen by tens of thousands every week, sometimes hundreds of thousands most weeks, people. Now, the reason why I say all this is because if you're like most people, you have noticed a growth slowdown over the last few weeks. I believe it's because LinkedIn is changing the platform. They're making updates, they're upgrading, they're fixing stuff, and they don't shut down for maintenance. Like, for example, we got a notice on our door 2 days ago, and the power company here is going to be doing some maintenance. Well, when they do that maintenance, they're going to be shutting off the power for, I don't know, it's like 8 hours or something in the middle of the night. But they're shutting down the power grid for that time so they can work on the power grid and make it safer. And I don't know if you know this, but websites used to do that all the time. You would see a notice you would go to a website, you would see a notice and it would say closed for maintenance. And it would usually tell you like come back at, when they were going to be open. Websites used to do it all the time. LinkedIn, in fact, I don't think most social media websites, they don't do it that way anymore. So they update the system while you're still using it. And because they don't shut it down, but they're making changes, things get to be, they bog down. It slows it down, right? You get irritated because things don't work and you say things like, stupid LinkedIn or whatever. And it's not really that they're stupid. Trust me, they're very smart. They do a good job overall. It's just, you want everything right now. You always want it to work. But for it to work, they have to do the maintenance, right? It's like the highway crew fixing the highway to take out the speed bumps or whatever it is that they're doing, right? So in these times where growth is harder to come by, Follow Me Friday actually becomes more beneficial, right? So I will never stop doing Follow Me Friday as long as it's helpful to the audience and the audience engages. But for it to work for you specifically, this is where I'm going with all this. For it to work for you specifically, you have to engage. So I try to ask questions. I try to have fun. I try to, all this stuff is to get you guys to talk to each other. Now, talking to each other is nice. What's even better is if you hit that profile view the profile of everybody who comments. What you want to do, just hover your mouse over their name, right click. So it's the opposite one that you usually use, right? The one on this side for you. That's my left actually, but on your right, okay? Hit that and then say open in a new tab. And then go to their profile in the new tab, hit the view, you know what I mean? Hit the follow button. Follow them. If you follow people, even when you don't know them, you can follow them. There's no limits to following. There's no limits to how many people can follow you. It's unlimited. You can have 30,000 connections on LinkedIn, but you can have unlimited followers. So follow everybody. Don't even ask to connect with them. Just follow them. Most likely, they're going to follow you back. Now, you're following each other. Engage with each other. And if you start talking to people in the comments of their posts and they start talking to you in the comments of your posts, you will connect. You're going to do it organically. You're going to be helping each other out. You're going to not get all the stupid spam messages that you get when you blindly connect with people. So it really is the better way to do it. It's a slower build, but it's a more authentic build. And I'm promoting the power of relationships here. I'm trying to foster relationships. So that's what it's about. North Carolina is in the house. All right. So question number 1 for you, because it looks like we're running out of steam with the where you at. All right. Question number 1 for you. What is your single biggest professional accomplishment of the week? Right? I'm going to give you some examples. This week, I created a website from scratch, which is kind of funny. I'll tell you that story in a minute if you guys haven't heard it. But I created a website. I worked on another website behind the scenes. We're not done. It was already in progress. I'm working with the team. And anyways, not done, but made some major progress. Did a press release for Joe the Finance Guy, which was picked up again. We released an article and then a press release to follow it up on the unsung hero of the pandemic might just be video games, which sounds ludicrous until you read the article and then you'll see. But I'm going to tell you that my single biggest I signed up new client this week for social media management. So I manage their social media activities. So you'll see sometimes I will make a post for a company and I will respond as that company because I get paid to do that with Bowman Digital Media. That's my company, Bowman Digital Media. So, that is good. But I was going to say my biggest professional accomplishment of the week might have been, I was goofing around yesterday. At lunchtime, I did some handstands on video and I put it on YouTube. And I thought it was just going to be kind of a whatever, just make a couple people laugh. But as it turns out, people like that thing. I got a ton of views. I didn't see the final count. I'm going to have to pull it up and I can tell you guys what the final count is, but
Professional.
hang on a second. I'm gonna pull it up because I think that's funny. I didn't expect for it to be like a. It's not viral. That's not the right way to say it. My videos don't go viral, but it ended up getting a lot of views. So let's see here. 187 views in 20 hours. For me on my YouTube channel, that's pretty good. So, anyways, I made a funny video that then, I added some graphics and some music to it and added bloopers and, I did my Bowman Digital Media thing. And anyways, 187 views, organic views. I'll take that in 20 hours. So that was pretty good. So what have you done? We have that. That seems pretty good. I launched my online learning website. That's cool. So everybody go check that out. Let's help her out. Very cool. We got Paula published 2 books and games this week. Super cool. Do you have links that we can see them? That'd be cool. You can put them on there. Giving my 30-second pitch to Ira on Tuesday night networking event. That was fun. So, and I didn't even talk about that, Gary. We had the 30s. We had the speed networking event. We do that every week too. Again, look, I'm trying to help you guys foster real relationships, right? Rapport, working relationships with people. On Tuesday night, me and this guy, which actually everybody does better than Mike. So anyways, we have a free event. It lasts 2.5 hours. Now this week, we actually, again, time zones. I'm being cautious and considerate of time zones. This one doesn't work for India. I totally get it. But it's going to work more for Europe. So we were doing it starting at 3 o'clock my time, which was 3:30 in the morning in India and 11 at night in the UK. So this week, we've switched it. It's a lot earlier. It's going to start at noon my time. That's 2 p.m. Central, 3 p.m. Eastern. You're going to be 8 o'clock, 8 p.m. start time in London, which if you think about that actually can be very good because should be after dinner so that you can eat dinner unrushed, even clean up once you don't have, maybe your kids can clean up for you. But anyways, you can clean up, you can end the evening instead of watching TV by networking, speed networking. It's a lot of fun. It's an opportunity for more people to participate. And the reason why we did it at noon is because that's 9 a.m. in Australia. Now it'll be Wednesday morning in Australia, not, Tuesday, but that's okay. You can still participate. So we do that every Tuesday. We're playing with the times. We're trying to figure out a time that accommodates the most people. So we actually asked the people that were in the show or at the event on Tuesday what times work for them. There wasn't a consensus. So anyways, I'm taking my best shot with it. I don't know who this is. Who is this? I can't see who you are. So tell me who you are. Let's figure this out. It's always nice when people are complimenting my friend Michael O'Connor. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do. What does it say? Want to learn Denmark Northern disease prevention management. Want to learn. Okay, that wasn't an accomplishment. That's a goal. That's okay. We could do that too. We could do. I like the Southern draw, brother. It's all good. Learn C. I learned C++ too late being from Python background. That's okay. It's never too late to learn. I actually like to learn something new every day if I can. I think, and we got a couple late arrivers. It's very good to have you from Nigeria. Nice. Welcome. What time is it there? In Nigeria, I think it's like 6 p.m., right? Something like that. Bangladesh, welcome. India, welcome. Again, we get lots of people from India. If you missed it, I'm announcing right now on the show that tomorrow night, my time, it's going to be midnight, my time. I don't even have a name for this show yet or a topic, which is the other thing. I'm just coming to network. Maybe I'll just call it international networking because that's really what it's about for me. Oh, that's okay. So that's soon. Thank you for your comments. soon this is what we see when now you're on LinkedIn and I can see your picture, I can see everything. What this is you have to give LinkedIn the permission in your profile to share your information with third parties. If you do that, then we'll see your picture here and your name, if that matters. It might not matter to you. For some people, it does. Got to talk to an amazing business owner who runs his own digital media company. Yeah, and which is super cool, you gave me a referral to somebody who could help me with my taxes, which I appreciate that. So thank you. Even though you root for the Vikings, I still like you, Adam. I do. I can't help myself. I just can't help myself. All right, what I'm going to do is I want to make you guys laugh. I mean, honestly, it's my goal in life. So what I'm going to do, hang on a second. I went to YouTube and I turned the video on. I'm going to show you the old man handstands video. You ready for this? I want you guys to laugh. I want you to have a good time. Let's have some fun together, okay? So here we go. This is me yesterday doing handstands. Hey everybody, it's Ira Bowman. My kids yesterday were doing handstands here, and anyways, they're teasing me that old people can't do handstands, and I thought, you know what, I think I can do it. And I started to think about my back. I didn't do it yesterday. Today, a little more brave. So earlier today, I actually did one. It was pretty good, not perfect, but pretty good. Anyways, I'm going to show you what they're doing. We'll try again. Oh, all right, take a break. Okay, so it's not easy. It doesn't happen every time. So in reality, we've recorded this now a couple times. So we're starting to get a little tired. I'm trying to make a perfect video. But anyways, here we go. I'm going to try it in old man style. Yeah. This. Alright, so here we go. I can't believe I'm doing this on video. All right, did you catch that at the end? I made a funny little credits. I said no children or adult got hurt in the filming of this video, which is mostly true. Our pride got hurt a little bit. Well, mostly mine. But anyways, it was a lot of fun. Life is too short to be so serious all the time. You've got to bring some humor into the world, especially right now. Look, I mean, it's tough. I totally get it. In fact, I got a comment here with advice to the show. You know, I was thinking the same thing, Syed, but I do have 2 job seeker shows already. So I have Saturday morning, so tomorrow at 9 a.m. my time, 9:30 your time in India. The name of the show is it's Ask Ira, and then it's Job Seeker Q&A. So that's the name of the show. I actually do that twice a week. I do it Saturdays, which is the bigger audience, because of the time, I think. So I do it at 9 a.m. my time. That's noon Eastern. That's I think it's 5 in London. Now all of a sudden my math is hazy, but I think it's 5 p.m. And then it's 9:30 in India. So it's really the only people it's kind of early for are, the people in that first time slot. So Australia, China, Japan, everybody up and down that time length. But I don't get a lot of audience participation from those places anyways, even now, right? So that's Saturdays. And then I do the same show concept on Mondays. I do it at noon, which that is late for India, although I still get some people in India, but it's 12:30 in the morning there. So I apologize for that. But it works better for the people in the United States. So Monday is more of a United States show, and Saturday is more of a for everybody show. But that show Saturday night, right, which is really going to be Sunday morning because I'm going to start it at midnight my time, but I'm really going to be on Sunday morning that way. I don't know what I'm going to do. I might just do a catch-all. It might just be, hey, if you have a job seeker question, you can always ask me. You can ask me a job seeker question anytime you want on any of my shows. I will answer it if I can. I know it's hard to find a job. I run Project Help You Grow. If you guys aren't familiar with that by now, I don't even know how you know me, but Project Help You Grow is a website. It's a free website. Look, I don't have a single ad on the site. I don't have a single nothing that you can spend any money on. There is no money needed ever, right? It's 100% free. So what can you do there? You can the number one thing that you can do, honestly, is get better strategy tips on how to find a job. It's the number one thing keeping you from getting a job is not COVID-19, although most of you think that. I know that, and that's a bold statement. And let me back it up. Here's why. Because many people were struggling to get a job before COVID-19. And the reason they were struggling then is the same reason they're struggling now. It's just been amplified because there's more competition. But the fact is, 80% of people who find jobs don't find jobs through job boards because they don't have the right strategy to get noticed through a job board. You have to go around it in most cases because your strategy is bad. Now, what I teach at Project Help You Grow will help you either way. I teach you how to go around. I'm doing that right now by helping you build your network, right? So tell us, what was your biggest professional accomplishment of the week? Why? I'm not asking you to brag. The thing that you did, that your accomplishment might be the thing that somebody's looking for, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to give you an opportunity to be seen, to get noticed. Rapport building is about making friends, like Adam and I. Great example. Here we go. I wouldn't have given Adam the time of day 3 months ago. I wouldn't have called him. He wouldn't have called me. Do you know how many? Now, look, this is going to sound a little bit of a brag, but it's not. I'm just telling you. I have 189,000 people that are in my network. Okay. And that's just my personal network. That doesn't even consider my companies. I have business pages, right? Project Help You Grow, Bowman Coaching, Bowman Digital Media. Check them out. I've got an extra 30, 40,000 people that are following me on those pages. Okay. Now, and that that doesn't even take into account the audience that I run for my clients. Those are just mine. Anyways, I digress. Here's the thing. About once an hour, I get an email from somebody that's saying, "Hey, can we have a call for 10 or 15 minutes? Can you just give me 10 or 15 minutes?" Right? And they say it so flippantly, like, "Oh, it's just 10, 15 minutes. It doesn't cost anything." Like, no, dude, that's my whole day. My whole day is once an hour. Whether I'm awake or asleep, I get these requests. They come in the form of emails, they come in the form of chat messages, direct messages on LinkedIn. People saying, "Hey, can I have 15 minutes? Can I have 30 minutes? Let's set up a Zoom call." You know, I won't even try to sell you anything. So I'm like, well, what's the point of the call then? You know what I mean? But anyways, the reason why I say that is I would not have had that conversation with Adam, except for this. Adam and I talk to each other pretty much every single day on social media. I mean, it's the exception that we don't, not the, you know what I mean? Where does it happen? It happens where it's supposed to happen, in the comments of posts. He makes posts, I make posts, our friends make posts. We see each other, we tease each other usually about, I'm a Raiders fan and he's a Vikings fan. And so we tease each other about that. But I know that Adam is a super sharp guy. I know because I've seen enough of his posts and his comments and engaged with him enough over the past 3 months. And we're a part of this thing called MyVab, which is super cool, run by Kelly Robinson. And so I've got to know him even more in that. So because of all that relationship building, then it was like, okay, I need help with my books. Who's a person that can help me? And I reached out to Adam. I said, "Hey, let's have a conversation." So, anyways, Adam didn't end up helping me directly. Like he's not, I'm not his client, although in the future I might be because he does fractional CFO work. And if you don't know what fractional work is, which a lot of you don't, you can go to my website, Project Help You Grow, and read the article that I wrote about it because I actually think that a lot of you would be better off adjusting the way your philosophy on how you earn your living and go from traditional employee roles to fractional roles. That's what I've done, right? Like you all see exit your way here, there, wait, sorry. There, you can't even see my hand because of the mic. Anyways, okay. So exit your way. I don't own Exit Your Way, which is another funny story that happened this week. So I asked my kids. So I own 3 websites. I own irabowman.com, bowmandigitalmedia.com, and projecthelpyougrow.com. Okay. I own those 3 sites. They're mine. I asked my kids which 3 websites I own, and they got Bowman Digital Media and Project Help You Grow. Perfect. But then the third one they said was Exit Your Way, not irabowman.com. And I thought that was funny because Ira Bowman is my name. Like that should be the easiest one for people to remember. But my kids always hear me talking about Exit Your Way. So they thought it was Exit Your Way. So anyways, now I can't even remember why I brought that up. Oh my goodness. I am so old. You can laugh at me. But fractional work. Oh, this is why. Because fractional work. Fractional work is the relationship that I have with Exit Your Way, right? I'm not working for them full time. I actually run Bowman Digital Media full time. And Exit Your Way is a client of Bowman Digital Media. But I work really hard for Exit Your Way, and Exit Your Way pays me really well. It's just not a full time position. They're not paying me like a traditional employee. And it's actually better for it's better for everybody because I can make more money, they can get more value, and they don't have to pay for the benefits, and so it's a win-win relationship. Yeah, so I get this request. I don't know. I don't want to, again, I don't want to brag. I don't want to come off as being a braggart, but I get this request a lot. I don't have time. If I don't know you, then what I suggest that you do, look, I'm going to give you advice on how to connect with people who have large networks. Okay. It's not just me, it's all of us. If you're looking at somebody before you send them a connection request, you should probably check out and see what's the size of their network. Because if you send me just a generic connection request with no message, you have no shot. I mean, I will never accept it because I'm already full. You understand? Like there's a limit to how many people I can connect with on LinkedIn. Now, if you go over to Instagram or go over to Twitter or YouTube, follow, subscribe, whatever it is to me in one of those places, I've got plenty of room. I'll follow you. In fact, I'm excited. Today on Pinterest, I'm going to break 500 followers on Pinterest today. I'm at like 498. I'm excited about that. Look, I've got almost 190,000 followers on LinkedIn. I'm excited about the 498 followers that I have on Pinterest. Why? Because we all like to grow, don't we? I mean, I do. Look, I make no bones about it. I like to grow. I like progress. And every platform is a little bit different. So if you want to grow with me on LinkedIn, this is what I'm talking about here. And this is where most of you are. If you want to grow with me on LinkedIn, if you want to grow with anybody who has a large account on LinkedIn, don't just send a generic, hey, I want to have a meeting with you. Or, hey, I saw we have some mutual connections. No kidding. Because I'm connected with virtually all of LinkedIn. It's not because you and I have all this in common. It's because I'm connected with so many other people. It's really, really difficult for anybody on LinkedIn to look at my profile and not see mutual connections, is what I'm trying to tell you. I have some people with thousands of mutual connections. I was looking at a lady the other day. She had sent me a connection request with a pretty good message. It wasn't a sales pitch, and she was telling me why she wanted to connect. And those are the ones that catch my attention. So I was checking her profile out to see, like, okay, am I going to drop somebody that I'm already connected to replace this person with? Because that's what I have to do. This is why the generic requests and the blank requests don't work, because I literally have to delete somebody to add you. And you might not know that, but that's what I have to do. So again, I get it. If you have 500 connections or 15,000 connections, you never had to do that. So you don't know how to manage an account that way. But trust me, if you keep growing, eventually you're going to hit that limit. And then you have to change the way you do business on LinkedIn. Because again, I can't just add everybody who sends me connection requests. I have 4,000 people waiting to connect with me right now, just today. That number oscillates, by the way. It goes up and down. People will withdraw their requests and more people will send them. And it happens. So if you want to get noticed, if you want a legitimate shot of getting accepted by somebody who's already maxed out, listen to me. What you want to do is you want to start in the comments of posts. Get them to see you, get them to know you in the comments. Don't make sales pitches to them, man. Make a friend. Try to make friends. Then one of two things will happen. Over time, that person will say, hey, let's connect. They'll make a spot for you. They might even say, I do this. The other day I did this. I'm going to tell you, the last time I did it, it was 2 weeks ago. The last connection request that I actually sent out was 2 weeks ago. What happened was Mike and I have our speed networking show. It's Speed Networking with Mike and Ira. There's an event page on LinkedIn. You can go find it. Anyways, it happens on Tuesdays. So a couple weeks ago, I had made a post, or maybe it was Mike. Anyways, one of us had made a post about the event, and it was like on a Monday or maybe it was on a Sunday. I don't know. Anyways, Lisa Day is the person I sent the connection request to. She made a comment. She tagged people in her network and said, I'm going. I think you guys should go too. It's a lot of fun and it'll help you. And I was like, you know what? That's the kind of person that I want to be connected to right there. I saw her active in comments. She wasn't begging me to connect with her. She wasn't trying to sell me anything. She was trying to get more people to come to a networking event. And I thought, yep, she's been to a networking event before. She's active in the comments, which means, you know, she's not just selfish. And I was like, yeah, that's the kind of people that I want to build my network with. So anyways, that's a lot of me giving you some strategy advice. When you're sending messages to folks, if you don't really know them and they have a large account, you probably want to just hold off. Just like slow your roll. Let some natural interaction, some natural talking. We call it organic growth, right? Let that happen naturally. This is why I tell you guys being in the comments is so important. Don't be in the comments being a greedy, selfish, mean person, but be in the comments being friendly, supportive, and, you know, basically not being selfish. Help other people in the comments. Support them. Talk about them. Get them to talk about themselves. Why do you think I ask you guys so many questions? Because if I just drone on and on and on about what I do and how I do it, I won't have an audience. You guys will go away, right? But if I ask you questions, like here's another one for you guys to answer. What was the biggest, I hate to say mistake, okay? What was the biggest disappointment that you experienced this week? And let's spin it to a positive. What's the takeaway lesson from it, right? Like, I don't know if you noticed, in one of those handstand attempts, I actually rotated over too far, and then I did it because I rotated too far and too fast. So I over rotated and I went too fast. And that was actually, I think, the first one that I did. I kind of played them in reverse order, I think. But anyways, so I over rotated and I fell on my booty, which was a lot of fun. And you all got to see it. So, you know, laughs all around. But what did I do? I mean, ultimately, I think, you know, look, I'm not a gymnastics. I'm not a gymnast, obviously, right? I'm not even in shape anymore. Well, round is a shape, but you know what I mean? I'm not fit, but I got over it. I took each progression and got a little bit better. Now, my arms got more tired, so it was a workout, but you know, I'm not sore today, which I'm actually kind of surprised about. And, you know, I accomplished a goal and I had fun with my kids. So that the lesson, you know, there is don't let the first failure, no matter how magnificent it might be, because that was pretty spectacular failure. I don't know, it felt like a pretty big failure to me. The first one, I was like, wow, I could do better than that, can't I? Anyways, don't stop, I think is the lesson, the takeaway there, which I already know, right? But I'm just letting you guys know. So, what is it that, you what is it? I was reading this show or reading this comment. That's how we got connected. Now you first noticed me and had linked it live because I tagged others that you felt should be bring on the interview. Exactly. That's exactly how it works. If you get advice from Bowman Coaching or Project Help You Grow, just advice in general. So who is this that I'm talking? Who are we talking to here? Oh, this is soon again. Okay. So Sabrina was an intern for me at Project Help You Grow. That's how Sabrina and I know each other. So Sabrina is a super cool person. And anyways, she's available for hire, by the way, if anybody's looking for someone's looking for some new rock star talent. Trust me, Ira's hours work. I had interviews this week. Yep, she's super talented young lady, and I wish I could hire her myself. From Southeast Georgia. Ira, that is funny. Thanks for sharing. Yeah, I don't mind. Look, I mean, we were talking about this yesterday in a roundtable on Exit Your Way, and the topic was embracing diversity. Which, look, if you look in this chat room, in the people that are commenting in the comments, it's not really a chat room, but anyways, we have people from all over the world, from every race. You know what I mean? Well, again, hyperbole, but still, lots of people from all over the place, men and women, lots of religions, I'm sure, liberal and conservative alike. And there's no name calling. We're all getting along. It's wonderful. One of the things that I do to help with that is bring humor. I think that, again, life's too short to be selfish, and it's also too short to be so serious all the time. Like, look, I'm a kid at heart. I'm in my 40s, but I'm still a kid. Like, I have kids, trust me, and they help keep me young, I think. But I love to make people laugh. I love to brighten people's day. And even in our quote unquote failures, which are not failures, they're learning opportunities, right? For me, the handstand, it's a silly example, but the handstand, I mean, I over rotated that sucker way too much. Like, kicked my legs too far over, fell on my butt back, slid down. I had to stop for a second and go, am I hurt? I had to think about that. Like, no, I'm good. Okay, pop back up. Let's do it again. So there you go. When I went to do that, I didn't intend to do the video more than once, but the fall was so spectacular. I'm like, that can't be it. Right. So I had to do it again. And then I almost did it, but not quite. And I'm like, all right, one more time. And I thought, hey, 3 takes to do this. That's pretty good. Like, I don't feel bad about that. Anyways, lessons. What can we do to get better? Another lesson, I'll be a little bit more serious. So I do these videos, I do graphics, for Bowman Digital Media, and I actually had a couple different experiences this week. So you could look at them as failures, but it wasn't the end of the story. I made a video for California grown hemp, and I had used a dark, like you see the bottom and the top of my screen, I have these graphics, right? So I call them frames. They're outlines. Anyways, so I made a frame for California grown hemp, and I used a dark black color for it. And the natural video color is black, right? If like the TV screen is off, it's dark. You know what I mean? So it's not like a sheet of paper, which defaults if it's blank, it's usually white, right? Because we typically use white paper, but the screens are dark. I could tell you the science behind that, which is the RGB or the CMYK, if you really are interested. I'm a nerd. I actually have an article written about it I could send you. But anyways, I digress. Here's the thing. Because the video screens are the natural station for a video screen is black, I tend to use darker colors in my frames for videos. So anyways, I made the video. They loved the video, but they didn't like the frame. They said, hey, next time can you use a lighter frame? And at first, I didn't understand what they said because it's not the way they said it. And I thought they were talking about their logo. And I was like, well, your logo is on a black screen, but if you want it on the white screen, okay, I'll do that. So I changed it, and then I realized I was like, oh, I know what they're actually saying. They want the top and the bottom thing to be, the frame to be white the whole time, to lighten it up, to brighten it up. They were going for brighter. So okay, so I changed. I sent to them, and they loved it. And you know what? If I hadn't taken the time to really try to understand, I would have missed the lesson. But now I know. And what's funny is I had another lesson and I didn't think they related, but actually now as I'm thinking about it, I think they do relate. So I work with a client, Voice Express, and Voice Express is like, hey, we really like what you do. We want you to just do your thing with us, with our account. And I'm like, great. Those are the ones that I help grow the most. So I created some GIFs. And if you don't know what the GIFs are, it's a series of pictures that move. So when you just sit there and watch it, it's like an old slideshow, right? It goes from graphic to graphic to graphic to graphic, and it builds like an old slideshow. Anyways, so I made some of that stuff for them, and I built out their cover photo and their profile photo for Facebook and LinkedIn. And anyways, put some stuff on YouTube. I had a meeting with the owner and I said, hey, the results were pretty good. And he was happy about the results, by the way. So I was like, hey, we had a pretty good first month. And he's like, yeah. And I said, so, honestly, what do you think? And he said, well, if I'm being completely honest with you. And I got a little nervous. And he goes, we love what you do, but you're not following your graphics don't look like our website. And we would really like, in the future for you to try to match as best you can our website graphics. And I thought, I'm so dumb. I should have known that. He shouldn't have had to tell me that, honestly. But look, Bowman Digital Media is still relatively new. I'm only 5 months into this thing. And so I hadn't got that feedback before. So now I'm going to take that moving forward. I'm going to be a little bit more careful about, hey, good morning, Nick. I was actually on live yesterday with Nick. It was a lot of fun. It was me and Nick and Joe Stepke and Ron Craig and Professor Pete Alexander and Paula Goodman. And I'm telling you what, we had a blast. So anyways, thanks for having me on your show, Nick. Appreciate that. Adam, you're getting a hey from Brandy. And I've missed a lot of this. Yeah, I can't remember what we're talking about, but I talk about a lot of things with Joe Stepke too. He's my buddy. So anyways, so lessons learned. Now look, I know it's hard for you to admit mistakes on social media. A lot of you refuse to do it. In fact, sometimes when I'm reading the answers to questions for people and they're only putting themselves in the most positive lights, I go, you're actually missing an opportunity here. You know what makes me different than most people? I'll admit my mistakes publicly. It's okay. Like, I'm not perfect. Trust me, I am far, far, far from perfect. My wife is screaming in the bedroom right now, amen! I promise you, I am not perfect. But the goal should not be to be perfect. And the goal really shouldn't even try to be as good as Ira or better than Ira. Like, you're not competing with me, right? You don't own Bowman Digital Media. You don't own Project Help to Grow. You don't own Bowman Coaching. You don't work for Exit Your Way. Like, you have your own life, and I'm not competing with you either. And I allow, which is really funny, a lot of people don't understand this, I allow people who compete with me at certain aspects of what I do to like be in my network and participate. And I even put them on my partners tabs. And some people would look at me like, you're crazy. You're promoting your competition. I'm like, what makes them my competition? Because they do some of the same things I do. That's not my competition. Like, there's more than enough prospects and clients out there for us all to make a living, right? So first of all, just because somebody is quote unquote competition doesn't mean they're evil. You know what I mean? Like, chill a little bit. But also, if you never make mistakes, how do you learn to get better? How do you become better? How do you help other people prevent, like I'll give you an example. My wife and I have been married for 20 years. Now, not every one of those years, I'll even say years, not even every one of those years has been like wonderful. You know what I mean? Because I'm an idiot and I make a lot of mistakes. It's not her fault, it's my fault. Okay. So, not every one of those years has been like smooth sailing. You know what I mean? 20 years is a long time. We've had our ups, trust me, we've had our downs too. At church mainly, but not always at church. I have had the opportunity over the years to help come alongside other people who are struggling in their marriage in like a low point and give them some advice based on my personal experiences, the mistakes I made, the lessons learned that I've made. And I will tell you that I've not always been perfect at it, but I've always tried to help in those situations, usually with the guy, and I'll have my wife speak with the girl, right? I mean, so it's guy to guy, girl to girl. Okay. So typically I'll come alongside the guy and I'll do some, some counseling or some peer counseling is probably the best way to say that, right? A shoulder to lean on, some sage advice. Hopefully I have some gray hair, although it's short, so it's not always obvious, although my beard is starting to give it away. But anyways, and my eyebrows. Seriously, like this eyebrow is like half gray now, which is awesome. So anyways, it's humor, guys. Just gotta laugh. But the mistakes not only help me, the lessons that I learned through those mistakes allow me to help others. That's what I'm trying to say. So if you never admit your mistakes, how do you help people in similar situations when you're past it? You know what I mean? Plus, I think this is a big plus too. If you're dealing with a person, whether it's social media or real life, face to face is what I mean by that, who never admits any mistakes, who's always trying to present themselves as this perfect, people are going to think you're phony. I don't need somebody to slam me on social media and tell you my imperfections because I'll do it myself. I'll beat you to the punch. Remember 8 Mile? I love that movie. 8 Mile with Eminem, which I didn't even know who Eminem was because I'm a country boy. So Eminem's in this movie called 8 Mile. This is like 20 or 30 years ago now. So if you haven't seen it, you gotta go back in time. But anyways, whenever it came out, Eminem did a great job in that movie. But what he did to win the rap battle, because I mean, this, believe it or not, the whole thing's about a rap battle. But anyways, he wins the rap battle at the end of the movie because they're gonna like diss each other. They're gonna be mean to each other, right? Rude to each other, however you want to say it. They're gonna square off and they're gonna freestyle rap for like 2 minutes each. And his name is Rabbit, and he's going against this other guy who is a hardcore gangster until we learn in this that he's not really, because he's a rich kid pretending to be, and they say you can't be a halfway crook or something like that. Anyways, but what Rabbit does, what Eminem does in that last scene is he unloads all the ammunition that the person, Terrence is the guy's name, but he's got a character name that isn't Terrence. But anyways, he calls him Terrence to belittle him. He says, here's all the stuff that Terrence is going to tell you about me. He's not going to tell you about himself. Anyways, the guy doesn't even go. He like walks off the stage because he got him so good. He's like, man, you just totally destroyed me, but you also destroyed yourself. So I have nothing left to say. And, he ends up winning by default. Anyways, the whole point of that is you don't have to worry about people smearing your name saying, oh, Ira has buck teeth. Well, yeah, I have buck teeth. I'll tell you about it. Right? Ira's bald. Ira's short. What did I tell you earlier? I'm not in shape except for rounds of shape, and I'm not fit. Right? I admit it. My quirks, my imperfections, my failures. I told you about 2 of them that happened this week. The reason why I'm going on about this a little bit is because I think far too many of you think that it's the wrong strategy to put out there your imperfections. But what I'm telling you is you actually are missing an opportunity to be real with folks and to build relationships, because you're forgetting about, I can't tell you how many times I get messages from people, comments and messages, emails too, phone calls, even texts, everything. I get everything from people going, I relate to what you said. I don't necessarily want to make it public, but I relate to what you said. Being homeless, being molested as a child, all kinds of different stuff, right? That Me Too, that Me Too thing. I don't even know how to say it, but you miss that opportunity for that when you just try to show yourself as, being perfect. And we're just not perfect people. We're flawed. That's what makes us unique. Like, the things that you guys all know about me, for the most part, that's not what makes me unique. You want to know what makes me unique? Ask my wife. Ask my kids. Ask my mom. My mom watches these shows, by the way, on Facebook. She did not like me talking about her on the show in a negative light. There's a lesson learned. I didn't realize my mom was so sensitive. So I won't even tell you what she was not happy about. But anyways, I said something and she called me on the phone. She's like, I don't like that. You didn't have to say that. Sorry. My philosophy and my openness is not necessarily what most people will do, right? But I'm telling you that one of the reasons why people gravitate towards me is because I'm open, right? So be open. So Follow Me is about you building relationships. I love to celebrate your triumphs. And again, if you haven't shared, what was your biggest highlight of the week professionally? Like, what did you accomplish? Put that out there. We had some pretty cool stuff in the comments. We have people talking about writing books, and this does count, actually, Adam, because look, if you tell me that you're a fan of, I don't know, the Patriots or the Kansas City Chiefs, who else right now? I don't know. There's not a lot of dominant teams right now, but anyways, right? So if you tell me that, I'm going to be like, yeah, okay, so you're a bandwagon fan. You know what I mean? And then I watch people backpedal like, oh no, because my second cousin once removed lives in Kansas City, so I support, the local, whatever, dude. But you live in Virginia and you root for the Vikings, who, as we've talked about, struggle a little bit. I root for the Raiders. Again, not a bandwagon fan, right? The Raiders, I don't even want to go there right now. They suck pretty bad right now. Anyways, here's the deal. I don't care if you tease me because I'm a Raiders fan and they can't win a game. They can't stop anybody. You know what I mean? I would tell a joke that's not very politically correct, if you guys will forgive me. Like, okay, so there's a judge and the parents are going to get divorced and they have a child. So the judge, it's a custody hearing, and the judge is interviewing the kid, and the judge goes, okay, let's call him Ira. Okay, Ira, who do you want to live with? You want to live with your mom, or you want to live with your dad? And Ira speaks up and goes, I don't want to live with either of them. And the judge goes, well, you got to live with somebody. Who do you want to live with? And he goes, I want to live with the Raiders. And the judge goes, the Raiders? Why do you want to live with the Raiders? And he goes, because they can't beat anybody. And that's the story of my life. So just a joke, just for fun. Humor, people. We need some humor in this world. You got to laugh. Okay. So what is this, Nick? I'm not looking forward to Kurt or Kevin Cousin playing Under the Lights. Kurt Cobain was amazing under the lights. Kirk Cousins, not so much. I think Kirk Cousins gets a little bit of a bad rap, but he's all right. Look, it's not everybody is going to be, I don't know, who's Patrick Mahomes is amazing. I know he's a Chiefs guy and I'm supposed to hate him, but he really is amazing. The Seattle quarterback, Russell Wilson, he's amazing too. I think what they've done is they've proven that the prototypical quarterback is different than what they used to be, right? Like Peyton Manning was amazing, but that's not the way the quarterback position is evolving. The Cam Newtons and the Russ Wilson, excuse me, not Williams, Russ Wilson and Cam Newton are not exactly the same player either, but they have similar styles of play, right? So it's not just the size of the person, it's also just that RPO ability, run pass option, right? Where they can do either on any given play. In fact, sometimes their best plays are the plays that break down, and they're just like kids out there running a football game on the field where nobody even knows where anybody's going, but they just have great vision and they can run enough to get to buy more time in the broken down pocket. Anyways, I digress. We're gone football now. So here we go. Okay, let's do this. Favorite football team can be college, can be NFL. I know some of you are not happy with the NFL right now. Totally get it. Who's your favorite team? My favorite football team, period, is the Las Vegas Raiders. And actually, what's funny is, and those of you who've known me for years know that that was the name of my fantasy football team forever, was the Las Vegas Raiders. Now it came to life. So my fantasy became a reality, except for my fantasy teams usually did better. Anyways, I digress. For football, for college, I typically go USC Trojans. That's the team that I root for. I never went to USC, in full disclosure. I should root for the San Jose State Spartans and the Liberty Flames, but again, there's only so much misery one man can take. Those teams suck. So I go for USC, whatever. I'm in Southern California. That's where I live. Get over it. So who do you root for? I know this guy is a Vikings fan. I know this guy is a Seahawks fan. I don't know about anyone else. Oh, wait. I do know, if I got to scroll way up, this guy is a Green Bay Packers fan, 100%. Don't let him tell you anything other. I can show you proof. He roots for the Green Bay Packers. Bandwagon fan. Cheesehead. I think you guys like my Raiders joke. Yeah, I've got more. I'll share more, but not right now. So anyways, okay, it is an hour. Actually, it's 15 minutes over because I started a little late. Here's what we're going to do. We are going to go to wrap this show up and start the text post, which is the bigger post. That's why I do the show first. It's kind of like it's the icebreaker for Follow Me Friday. Now, if you don't know how Follow Me Friday works, let me tell you here. I'm going to give you a little bit of a hint. Here's how it works. I'm going to make a post. It's going to be with the hashtag follow me. You can search content. So if you go into the search bar, hit hashtag follow me, and then switch that to content, you can actually see all the previous week's posts, and you can engage on those as I get this week's post up and going. Texas Tech Raiders. Okay. I can, you know what? I root for them when I see them. I mean, I don't actively support them, but when I see them, the score scroll, I go, yay, because Raiders, you talk forever. Yeah, I talk about you loving Green Bay Packers. Florida Gators and Yankees. All right. I can kind of respect the Florida Chomp, the Pinstripes. Unless you're from New York, I'm going to say bandwagon fan, but they have won 26 World Series, so I hate the Yankees just because I'm jealous. You really can't say anything bad about the Yankees when you look at the success that they've had as an organization. It's amazing. I think we can get you there, Adam. I think we can get you there. Okay. So typically people will add, well, I don't want to say typically because it depends. Follow Me Friday. There's a couple different tracks that people follow on Follow Me Friday. There's the people who just view it. Doesn't do them any good at all. There's the people who view it and hit the like button. Doesn't do much good, although it might do some. It helps the post out, but I don't know that it helps you out. The ones who start to get the real help will Follow Me Friday. Anybody who makes a comment, there's help because now everybody who makes comments knows that you're participating, right? The other thing that helps way more are the people that will go through the comment list and view the profile of everybody who's made a comment and hit the follow button. Now that does take work, so it's a little bit harder. But again, if you utilize the right click button, what you do is you hover over their picture, you hit right click, open a new tab, and it doesn't take you away from where you are in your place. That'll save you a ton of time. That's a Bowman coaching tip for you for free. Okay. So utilize that open a new tab button more often. So when you do that and you follow people, half those people will follow you back. I can get you 35 followers just by telling you to go follow 70 people in my profile, right? So in the Follow Me Friday post, if you follow 70 people, statistically, you're going to get 35 followers out of that. So if I have 500 commenters and you follow 500 people, you're statistically going to add 250 people. Now your odds go up if you communicate with them. So typically what I recommend that you do, this is like the cat's meow here, okay? What you want to do is you want to click on their profile, hit the follow button, then go into comment underneath their comment, hit reply, and then say, hey, fill in the blank name. I just followed you. Would you follow me back? You can get all 500 people to follow you if you do that. And sometimes you'll get people who will follow you who aren't even in the conversation because they're the ones that just viewed the post and read through the comments, right? They're consumers. They're not producers. So, but they'll go like, hey, this person's following everybody back. I'll follow them too because they're going to follow me back. And that's the whole point of Follow Me Friday. If they follow you, you follow them. But somebody's got to take the initiative. So what I did with Follow Me Friday over a year ago is I said, hey, the first person who comments, the reward is everybody who sees that comment, you follow them. And then you add your comment wherever you come in, and then everybody follows you. And that's the way that we do it. Now, I'm going to tell you, in life, you typically get rewarded for initiative, especially with Follow Me Friday. So what I've started to do too, and this is where I do pick up some new followers from Follow Me Friday. Again, I don't get a lot because everybody who's going to comment already follows me and I already follow them. And it is funny to me when people say, I've already followed you, Ira, why don't you follow me? Every time somebody says that, I'm already following them. And then I have to prove it to them and I send them a screenshot. When you follow somebody and you see them in comments, it actually will say next to their name, unless you're a first degree, it'll say following. And I just take a screenshot of that and send it back to them and go like, I have been following you. I don't know what you want, right? But for some reason, people don't always believe me. So I do like to show you in case you're curious. So anyways, the thing that I've started to do that helps me, because a lot of people will like the post but not actually make a comment. So I've started to go through those and follow all the people in there too. So if you like it, you'll likely get at least one new follower if I'm not following you already, which is me. But I'm telling you, it works better if you make a comment. You should be commenting everywhere all the time. If you take the time to read a post, then comment on it. I don't care if that's Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram. Like if you read it, comment on it. Why? Because it helps you. Does it help the person who made the post? Sure. But they're going to appreciate the fact that you commented. So it already helped you because you've earned some credit with that person, right? The people who comment on every one of my posts, I appreciate you and I appreciate your comments. Okay. If you don't know that, I do appreciate it. But also, like I have 189,400 and some odd followers right now on LinkedIn. Okay. That's what I have right now. When you make a comment on my post, guess what you're doing? You're saying hello to 189,400 and however many people, right? It's not just about me. It's all the people I'm connected to that are following me. Now, will all of them see it? No. Will most of them see it? Probably not. But if you do it all the time, they will. Over time, if you continue to comment on all my posts, you will be seen eventually by everybody who's following me because the algorithm will show different people every time. You see what I mean? So anyways, be active in the comments, whether it's my post or anybody else's post. Be active. Again, my advice to you, a Bowman coaching tip. If you read a post, make a comment. It's that simple. Keep it fun, keep it friendly, keep it professional, especially if you're a job seeker, right? These things are visible. Like I had a guy that was like trying to berate me in somebody else's post. They were like, yeah, you bounce jobs around. Look at you. You've had your job for I had only been with Bowman Digital Media for 4 months at the point. And he was trying to berate me. He's like, you shouldn't be giving anybody job advice. You've only had your job for 4 months. And I'm like, you're an idiot. You don't even know anything about me. You just looked at my profile and saw that I owned Bowman Digital Media for 4 months. And he didn't even pay attention to that. I owned my own company, right? And so he's saying, I am not qualified to give job advice to anybody. I'm like, that's fine. You can have your opinion. But, I mean, it just shows you how shallow people are. Anyways, so, but keep it friendly, keep it professional, because I told him this in the comment that I responded to him, and I didn't like slam him, right? I could have, but I said, look, Jerry, because Jerry's his name. I said, Jerry, did you know that everybody on LinkedIn has an opportunity to see this? And you're actually, when you're calling me out, you're calling out a pretty big audience, and they're going to see that you're being a jerk. And that's actually going to be counterproductive for you. It's actually going to hurt you. And I said, he's the president of a company. And I said, Jerry, as the president of a company, do you think that your clients are going to be happy that you represent them when you engage this way on social media? And I said, what about your employees? Do you think your employees are going to be excited to have the president of their company act like a butthead? Unprovoked nastiness is not a good idea, right? Like, I can get it. Sometimes you guys are defending yourself when somebody was nasty to you first. Like, I could have responded with a nasty comment, but I didn't. And I didn't because A, there was no need, but B, he comes off looking like a pompous jerk. That's a very visible mistake that honestly, he should have deleted his comment, but he didn't. He left it up. So I left it up. You're gonna bury yourself, go ahead. Anyways, trying to help people out. Always trying to help people out. So keep it positive, keep it fun, keep it professional, make comments, lots of comments, and you will increase your opportunity to build rapport, to build relationships, to get more of whatever it is that you're here for. Are you looking for a job? Are you looking for new clients? Are you trying to build your brand, sell a book, whatever it is you're trying to do, find an investor, whatever, right? Even sell Bitcoin. I talked to a guy who sells Bitcoin, legitimately sells Bitcoin, and he was polite, he was professional, he was interesting, he was very well spoken. And anyways, the first time in my life I talked to somebody like that involved in any way with Bitcoin. He didn't lead with, hey, do you want to buy some Bitcoin? I had no idea until I asked him what he did for a living. I asked him what he did for a living, and he said, well, I'm a financial advisor, and I work with people in gold and Bitcoin. And I was like, I would have never guessed, because we were just having a normal conversation. He didn't spam me, nothing. And honestly, I kind of ignored him since, just to see if, like, okay, he has my email address. He knows where to find me. How long is it going to take for him to spam me and be like everybody else? He hasn't done it. So anyways, I think if I ever am interested in Bitcoin, which I'm not at the moment, but if I was, I'd call that guy, because I know he's going to treat me like a person. Anyhow, be nice to people, guys. It is a small world after all. There's no doubt about it. And now I'm going to have that song stuck in my head. Thanks for the Rickroll, Thomas. But we are out of here. I'm going to turn on the music. Give me about 10 minutes, and I will have Follow Me Friday, the post up, and you guys can join in the fun there if you like. Like I said, the whole point of Follow Me Friday is really simple. It's not about me. It's about you guys. It's called Follow Me so that people can find it, but it's really about following you, right? I'm trying to audience build for you guys. So jump in, have some fun. If you think about, your favorite football team and you want to put that in the post, in fact, I think I will ask that question for Follow Me Friday. What's your favorite football team, collegiate or professional? I don't care. And let's not get into the politics of the national anthem, please, because let's keep it positive, professional, and fun, right? But anyways, favorite football team, drop it in Follow Me Friday. It's coming up. Give me 10 minutes. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Ira Bowman. You can next find me tomorrow. Ask Ira, Job Seeker Q&A at 9 a.m. Pacific time. So time adjust for wherever you are. Thanks, everybody.